I'm down at the Minster marsh today. It's a gorgeous day, and as a lot of you already know, this area, this amazing place, biodiversity rich, is under a real threat of giant development by National Grid. And Taya and Steve from the Green Party have taken the time out of their day to come out to the Minster marsh and really see it for themselves and ask what they can do to help. So Taya, could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Taya Barrett. I'm the parliamentary candidate for the Green Party for Sandwich, Herne Bay and the villages. So Minster Marshes falls right into, obviously, Minster, and it's a big issue for a lot of the constituents in the area.
Yeah, great. Yeah, and Steve?
I'm Steve Roberts. I'm the Green Party parliamentary candidate for East Thanet. East Thanet begins, well, just over there. And as I'm sure you know, Thanet has less green space than, well, most London boroughs.
Yeah.
So we are so concerned about losing this amazing place.
Yeah, absolutely. Green space is an absolute vital part of our life. We are nature. Yeah. And I'm a real keen environmentalist, and this is the place that made me who I am, Minster Marshes. It's the most special place in all of Thanet. And I don't think many people realise quite exactly how big this development is. We're talking around about 22 acres and about 100 feet high on marshland. So they're going to be building up levels. It's really not a sustainable build. And everyone's for green energy.
Nick,
everyone's for green energy, but not at the cost of our environment.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just...
Nick, I literally, I had to stop to be able to comprehend it. It's 100 foot high.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean,
so 22 acres, 100 feet high. They won't give us any illustrations, National Grid, to really show us how big it is. 100 Dover castles, Steve, on vital marshland, neighbouring a triple SI site. 11 or 12 or 13 super pylons to connect light pollution, noise pollution, heavy water runoff, all on a valuable marshland.
Right, and let's be clear, Nick, it does not need to be here.
Absolutely.
National Grid is a private for-profit company that, to be frank with you, is mainly owned by foreign banks and foreign investors. Right?
Yeah.
They're building it here because for them it's the most profitable option.
Absolutely.
Right? It's the right thing, it's the wrong place. They need to find a more appropriate place for it.
Yeah, completely. And they had their proposal back in winter and they acted like this was the only option. And it was a proposal. It was like, this is what we plan to do, but they really acted like this was the only option. And I had a one-on-one meeting with them for an hour and they had no idea how special this is. We're talking, I found 7 nightingale territories right where they want to do it. Our fastest climbing bird. We've got turtle doves, one of our fastest climbing birds. We've got water voles, our fastest climbing mammal. We've got peregrine falcons, the world's fastest bird. We've got, as I showed you earlier, we've got beavers here. Beavers, and I showed you where they've been chewing on that tree, didn't I?
And they're so important to the environment.
Absolutely.
So helpful for flooding to stop it occurring.
Yeah.
And you told me extinct for what, 400
That's
years?
it.
We're just getting them back and we're going to absolutely kill their environment as well. It's obscene, and like Steve said, it's for profit. There's nothing else
that's it.
to say. It shouldn't happen, and it is only because they want to make money that it is, and that it's happening here. So whereabouts would the actual site be?
Yeah, so right behind us, we've got the Richborough site, Project Nemo building behind us, behind the train line. So there's a big building in the distance and it's going to be just to the left of it. And then it's going to have about 11 pylons coming out on the marshland. So a real risk for bird strike, these pylons. Little birds, when they hit pylons, often fall to the ground and get eaten by something. So birds colliding with pylons is very much something that people don't really see. They only really see it when it's like a big swan and it gets predated on, but it's a real risk.
And in terms of getting the stuff to build it, I'm assuming that's going to have to go over land like what we're stood on now. They're going to have to be making it stronger to hold their
Yeah, absolutely. You're right, Tara. Yeah, I really value that you've come up with that because the construction process is a very damaging part. It's not just the building, it's the whole construction process. And this is predicted to be underwater by 2050. At times, and this year this was flooded. This winter you're losing water. It's a very real thing, and they're going to have to build up the levels with hardcore. So it's completely an unsustainable place to build. The carbon footprint of building there is massive. It's really not fair.
And this is my message, to the people of Thanet, mine and Thea's. We're not going to let this happen. We're not going to let this be dumped on the people of Thanet. Right? National Grid, we say it again, they need to find a more suitable place. Okay, it might eat into their profit margin, so what?
Yeah. They profit billions a year. Most of it goes off to investors overseas, so yeah, it's crazy. And it's so important in our environment. This is the most special place in Thanet, and we need people like you to help us. So people, when it comes up to using your vote, I mean, consider who's protecting the environment? I'm so pleased that the Greens, to be honest, as always, are standing up for the environment. Not the environment, our environment.
Yes.
This belongs to everybody. Green space is vital. We are nature. And just like with the sewage and with this, you guys have always stepped up and come out. So thanks for coming out today and coming to take a look
Thank you for
at it
your
for yourselves.
time and expertise on it. It's so important that we're standing up, that we're talking about it, but also that people like yourself are doing the research, doing the groundwork, and making it easier for us to come along, find out, and make those stances that are so important. And just to echo what Steve said,
Yeah.
it absolutely cannot happen here. It shouldn't happen here.
You're right.
And they can take a knock to their profits.
Brilliant.
For all we care, it's not happening on this land. It's not okay.
Nice one. It's really good to hear. Thanks ever so much for coming out to meet
Thanks
me.
so much.
Thanks, Nick.
Cheers. Thank you.